Everybody, I'm Lisa Ascolese, the Inventress, CEO and founder of Inventing A to Z and the Inventress Podcast. And every week we have an amazing entrepreneur, and it gets better and better. And today, super excited to invite you to meet my guest, Nish George, CEO and founder of Fetch Fulfillment Company. Been waiting for you, Fetch. Hello, hello, hello. How
Hey,
are
Lisa. So doing really well. Thank you so much for having me here. I've been, very excited for this podcast. It's the first one that I've ever done, so if I come across as a little bit nervous, please forgive me.
Oh, you know what, Nish? This is a conversation. No need. This is not an interview. It's just a conversation between you and I, like how we talked a couple of
Yeah,
weeks ago, and just so interested in sharing your information with everybody out there, all of the inventors, all of the entrepreneurs, anybody out there who has fulfillment needs. Okay, fulfillment needs, shipping that
that's
is,
right.
folks.
That's right.
So let's talk about you. Let's talk about your fulfillment house, what exactly it is, and what you do for the consumer.
Absolutely. So let's start with our customer. We have 43 customers here. They're all different brand owners at different stages in their own launching journey.
Mm-hmm.
And what they come to us for is they'll send us their inventory, they'll send us their customers' orders, and then
Mm-hmm.
we'll pick, pack, and ship like a little mini Amazon, but a lot higher touch than Amazon. What we have here is an 18,000 square foot facility. I'm here personally every day. Anytime that you want to come down and see me, we can have a discussion together. You're able to actually touch and see and feel your products and your customers' orders, and talk to me about your upcoming product launches anytime that you want. And people really thrive on that level of close interaction that they have with their shipping partner. So it's a lot more than what you'd get out of like an Amazon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was so pleasantly surprised to come and visit your space. It was clean. It was sufficiently run. I'd never seen anything like that. I'd been in different fulfillment houses, or but nothing ever like I saw with yours. So well put together. And I kept saying to you, this is a well-oiled machine. I don't even know how you make this happen. I mean, you had products lined up from floor to ceiling, and everything was labeled and organized, and what was coming in and what was going out. It was magnificent. And for those of you who are just tuning in, this is a company that's right here in New Jersey. It's in Lakewood, New Jersey, giant fulfillment house. And so it means, everybody out there, when you're shipping merchandise, that's fulfillment. Nish, you're shipping product like you did. Well, you worked at Amazon too, not shipping, but overseeing. And you tell them what you did.
Yeah, sure. And I find it a little hard to brag about myself, but I'll give it a shot.
Well, I'm
So
going to keep on bragging about you. The more you say, the more I'm going to top you with you.
let's see. So I've spent, about a half a decade at Amazon.
Mhm.
I explained to the outside world like I was a bounty hunter. Well, within Amazon, my title was Senior Analytics Manager. And what I find, this is a uniquely Amazon story. My first day on the job, literally, I kid you not, my boss said, Nish, welcome to Amazon. Your job is to save us $10 million a year in operating cost. I don't
No
know how you're
pressure
going to
at
do
all.
it. No pressure. He said, he then said, I don't know how you're going to do it, but I do know that if you don't do it, you're fired. So good luck. Yes. And that was my my first couple sentences from my boss at Amazon. And over those ensuing half a decade, I saved them $250 million a year in operating costs. And people think Amazon is a very well-oiled machine, so put together, but it turns out when you open up the hood, you'll find just so much chaos and inefficiency. And you find a company that's really just too big to feel its legs. And that's what I just felt over and over and over again during my years there. So, all that in time, like, just one example, if you see
Sure.
the new Kindle box,
Uh-huh.
the old Kindle box used to be, a big chunky little guy, and they
Right.
slimmed it down to be super thin. Why they do that? It's because I told them to do that. Why they tell them to do that is because in Europe, which is where I spent my time with Amazon, turns out you have these little mail slots. And if you can put something into that mail slot, then you can deliver it without having to have somebody there open up the door and receive it. In Europe, there's no unintended delivery. There's no leave it on the porch and go. Everything
No
is
kidding.
either, that's right. So either you have a mailbox delivery, which is super cheap, or you have to knock on the door, wait for them to open up. If they don't, they leave you the I missed you notes, and they come back the next day and the next day. And so it turns out that it's, actually, several dollars cheaper to deliver into a mailbox than waiting for the person. And so just by shrinking the packaging of that Kindle, we were able to save millions per year just from that one packaging change. And that's just one of many, many, many things that there's, opportunity like you wouldn't even believe. So, well, all that to say, like, I just love the boxes. I've developed a passion for this. Amazon, I would say, made fulfillment cool and, brought in folks like myself, with non-traditional backgrounds. I'm a physicist with an engineering degree from Cornell. Nothing about my background said supply chain. And then when I got to Amazon, I fell in love with it. There's just, it's such a rich world, so much opportunity, and there's so much, that you can do to help people. That's why I love it.
So now what sets your business apart from Amazon? I mean, we touched on it a little bit, but tell those listeners out there and viewers what the difference is.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're running and what Amazon.
So this really all centers around that entrepreneur who's trying to launch their new product, right? So you have this great new product idea, and you've done the hard work of lining up your suppliers. You've got your early feedback from your early customers. You're really excited to launch. Now, you're preparing, okay, well, I got my marketing plan ready. I got my inventory ready. I just need someone to actually put it in the boxes and ship it to all my customers all over the globe. And now you say, okay, well, there's a few ways to do this. There's Amazon, where you can do FBA. And then there's,
FBA means
FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, right? So you send it to an Amazon warehouse, and then they would do the fulfillment on your behalf if you list on Amazon.
Okay.
And the other option is to go with what's called 3PLs, which is what we are, right? So third-party logistics provider, where you might have your own Shopify site. Those orders then get sent to a place like us to fill, right?
Okay.
So actually, as a new brand owner, you'll find this gigantic hole in the market. So on the top end, you have places like Amazon, like these name brand big 3PLs like Ryder and so on. First of all, they have high minimums, and they have kind of 1-800 customer service. So if you have any problem, you'll never talk to somebody on site with the inventory. They'll have a script, they'll try to upsell you in the next service. And then even if you're able to stomach those high minimums, they're just not going to care about you in the same way that you're going to need. Like if your customer calls in and says, hey, I don't want black for this, I want white, can you help me change? They're not going to be able to help you at all. So that's at the big end, 1-800 customer service, low accountability, high minimums. And on the other end, like a mom and pop fulfillment center, what you'll find is, they're responsive, you can get them on the phone, but they just don't have the right people or tech to serve you well. And so you send them 1,000 units, and then you don't know how much you have at any one point, anytime after you send it in. They don't have any dashboards, they don't have any reporting, they don't have any SLAs. They might say during a sales cycle, yeah, you send us an order before noon, we'll ship it same day. But you can't actually prove it, and they can't prove it. And then you might get an invoice once a month saying, warehousing and fulfillment, $10,000. No itemization, no breakdown. You're just totally in this fog of war, and you have no idea what's actually happening. And so, then, and no one's in the middle. That's what's crazy. And so that's what Fetch is designed to do. Coming from Amazon, I've seen all the ways that the big players can mess things up. I bought a mom and pop 3PL a year and a half ago. It's called Fusion Fulfillment when we acquired it in May of 2023. And over the last year and a half, it's been radical transformation, getting in proper modern technology, moving from 7 buildings around a parking lot, people running across the parking lot to fill orders in the rain and the snow, everything being done on paper. Strong breeze blows by, blows your order away. You don't know which order blew away because you only have the orders that are left, not the ones that blew away. Now we're at a proper scan-based operation in one building. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I was so impressed. You showed me an order from concept to delivery in minutes.
Yeah.
I was so excited and I was mesmerized by what you showed me. This big screen in your office, and literally an order coming in from a customer like myself, right?
Yeah.
Order coming in to, you said even the shipping labels, labels were done within, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Shipped out. I mean, it was magical. It was magical what I saw. Clean, responsive. We even talked about a woman changing her mind, right?
Yeah,
Once
that's
the
right.
product was fulfilled and shipped out, she had changed her mind on something, and even able to make an adjustment within minutes.
Exactly. So the thing is, this world, the bar is very high. Amazon set expectations really, really high. It used to be that people would send in, your Sears and Macy's catalog, you send in an order and you have like a few weeks to ship it out. Now,
Right.
consumers will not let you get away with that. Now you need to be shipping same day as much as you possibly can. And so we're actually totally capable of shipping order out within 5 minutes end to end in the best case. And then in the average case within a couple hours. And so, you're going to need this whole level of automation to get the orders in from your Shopify store into our, warehouse management system, wave the order, release it to the floor, do the picking, do the packing. So the average order is very, very fast, but also those changes that your customers will put you through. So let me just give you a little side story about one of my customers, Cadence.
Sure.
And they're this amazing, amazing company that didn't exist until March of this year. And before they existed, what was true? Well, you would have to go to a physical therapist to, this is for patients of, stroke, Alzheimer's, dementia. You'd have to go to a physical therapist to help with your foot drop. They had little, 1 foot treadmills that would teach you how to walk again. And then the constant feedback from that experience from these patients was, oh my God, this treadmill is great, but I wish I could just put it in a shoe and take it home with me. Right. And so we had a professor, Tyler Susko, who researched this, I think, for 5 or 10 years. And, he, worked so hard at this, and finally he patented this, put into a shoe, and that shoe is what is now in our warehouse. That company didn't exist until March of this year. Now we're selling like 50 plus a day.
That's insane.
But, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was there. You showed me the shoe, and it was literally turning around while I was there.
That thing flies because
it was turning around while I was there in the hour or whatever I was standing there.
Exactly. It's so nice being in this space where I'm the one just helping you get to market with your world-changing idea, right? We're all just basking in the reflected glory of our amazing entrepreneur customers. Like they are out there changing the world, and I'm just helping you get to your customers in a way that, how do you move something across the border into a sanctioned territory? And, how do you, declare customs properly going to Canada? These are actually not easy things. And if you're trying to, battle these problems yourself as an independent person, maybe you have 100 SKUs of different colors and sizes of shoes. A customer calls you and tries to change one order, then you get 10 more calls right after that. UPS is at your door. What do you do, right? If you need actually someone to help you with that, it's actually not easy at all. And so you can rely on us to do that hard stuff for you, and then you can just focus on selling. And that is such a beautiful thing, because these guys, they went from nothing to just absolute massive scale within months, because there's nothing else like it on the market. And that is what's so exciting. There's so much new here all the time. I love it.
And what's cool is they have somebody like you. You're personable. You speak with your vendors also. You talk with them on the phone. I saw you, texting and speaking and having personal conversations. Yeah. That you don't get. I say my next book is there's no customer service anymore except for you. You know what I mean? Nobody picks up the phone. You're really not getting that interaction anymore.
Yeah.
It's just
it's a responsibility that a lot of people take for granted. I mean, in this world of logistics, things go wrong, things happen. Yes. There are delays, there are mistakes. Your customers will put you through hell. They'll, they might have autofill put in the last address that they lived at 3 months ago. They might have moved and they call you, hey, I'm sorry. I did this to Apple, right? I ordered the new iPhone and I had the wrong address from the place I lived before, and I called them and tried to change the order and they couldn't do it. They kept trying to deliver it to the old address. They couldn't do it, went right back to Apple, and I just canceled the order. I said, okay, well, it's just not worth it. It's too much headache for me. But we can do that kind of thing. And the responsibility that I take seriously is we are the heart and lungs of our customers. If we stop eating for a week, all of our customers drop dead, like they go bankrupt. So we cannot not do what we said we're going to do. We have to. It is such an important thing. And that's why I make myself accessible in that way where, I will give out my personal cell phone number. We have a customer success team here, their job is to help you, work through those order changes on a daily basis. I'm not necessarily working with you on an order by order level unless you need to in that launch phase where you just need, real like instant support because, you have 1,000 things that you're shipping today and you just, we've had customers in here programming their devices on my desk and I'm just, helping them with it, right? Trying to get things out, like evaluating quality. Like we're there with you and, we're structured in a way that we can support you at each level. Like, okay, order changes, structured. But you're like, oh, well, I'm thinking about this new channel. Do you know anybody who can help me? And now someone says, hey, I need to go on QVC. I can say, oh, Lisa, she's your lady. This lady's got you, right? And, I just love being in that middle of all these, awesome people. And I'm able to connect, to who's going to get you into that new sales channel, who's going to help you with that paid social, who's a great influencer you ought to talk to. Like, I love being that hub so that brand owners really get everything they need to grow from here. It's not just like it's not a button click, not by a long shot.
Not at all. I saw all of the nuances in this place, and it was just incredible. I mean, even your space, your shelving, and how you customize and organized. I think I've told everybody I've seen over the last several weeks about your business, and if they need fulfillment, you gotta reach out to you, to Fetch, to Nish, because it is, you're a lifesaver. Like you said, if you stop shipping for these customers, they're out of business. For these,
that's right. That's right.
And this is, I told you, you were my missing link as part of my business. You really happened. I'm saying it out loud. I'm telling everybody, Fetch, Nish, this is it. This is going to be a part of for all of my clients, and they already know when they're shipping.
That's exactly what we're seeing. There's such pent up demand here because these folks are so, I feel so bad for the brand owner who calls me. Whenever someone's with an existing 3PL and I take a call from them, it's never, hey, I'm thinking about, maybe seeing what the prices are. It's always, oh my God, my business has been nearly destroyed. All my stuff is lost. I'm getting all these chargebacks from all these different, retail partners. I don't even know how much stuff I have. Like, please save me. Like, I'm just hearing desperation, and I feel so bad because it is hard. People, you need. It's very close to long-term relationship where you need to very thoroughly inspect and vet the person that you're with and make sure there's no secrets here. Like yesterday, I was on a call with the customers looking to join, and they asked me for 10 references, and First, I thought, oh my gosh, that's a lot of references to ask for. And then I thought, you know what? I get it. Like, you actually need to know,
right?
Are we going to be there for you when things get hard? And this guy has been with another place before, and he knows that it's that important to like really do the diligence and vet your provider. It's so much risk. You have to make the right choice.
No, and you know what I loved about our conversation also? You motivate the customer. You drive them to sell their product. Yeah. You really do. When we talked about, of course you have storage, you could store product, but you're not about storing product, and your customer shouldn't be about storing product. It should be about shipping, right?
That's right. Actually,
right.
One of the most painful things is you have a customer who's really excited to launch, and they launch, and then nothing moves. And then if they're not making money, we're not making money. That's how actually we're very aligned. Like, your customers need to be ordering from you. Your product needs to be moving. If it's sitting there, you're getting hosed. Like, you need your stuff to be moving. Exactly. And so, by us taking away that stress of, oh my God, my UPS pickup is this time, and oh my God, I don't know how to move this thing to Camden. Oh, did that box get taped correctly? And staying awake at night of like dealing with your current customers, you should be just getting new customers. That should be the brand owner's only job. And just leave that, messy logistics stuff to someone who'll take care of you. I mean, that's the best advice I can give. And yeah, I mean, again, like you said, not about storing product, just to give you like I'm a very open kimono person. I'll tell you about how the economics of a 3PL work. I present the business's variable cost to the brand owner, but in reality, I'm signing a 5-year warehouse lease with a fixed amount of warehouse space. If someone comes to me with 10,000 pallets, I have to say no, right? Because it's just so much inventory. Whereas if there's just a lot of turn on, a single pallet inventory, I can hire more people and get all the extra work done without a problem. And so our ideal is one customer with a single case or a single pallet that's turning thousands of orders a month on that single case or pallet, which we have customers like that.
Right.
And even customers doing drop fulfillment where the stuff lands and then it's all sold. Thousands of things, fly out the door in a couple of days, even a couple of hours. We've seen that before. And we're excellent at that. Like, that's really hard.
I can imagine.
Move those things, that fast. And, there's, when you have hundreds of SKUs like the shoes customer cadence, if you send, customers will tear you to pieces if you send them the wrong size, the wrong color. They are not forgiving. They will not cut you some slack. No, they don't care. And so
they don't realize the behind the scenes. They don't realize what goes on behind the scenes. No one gets it.
Right. No.
I bought something from Amazon today, and I'm sending it back. It doesn't fit.
Oh, that's the other one. Right. We have seen customers and on returns, that's a whole other topic in itself, but we've seen customers order 3 sizes, an 8, 8.5, and a 9, and then they'll send back 2. Like, they'll keep one and send back 2. Right. And then some of our brands are very at the high dollar price points that they're at. They want to be very accommodating with the customers, and then there's this whole returns process of, okay, well, something comes here. At what point exactly do you refund your customer? Well, you want to make sure that it arrives here, that it's actually a shoe in the box and not a rock, right? And then you have to do the condition check and make sure it's actually sellable, hasn't been, stomped through the mud, that it can be reconditioned for sale. So, actually we're the ones touching your inventory every day. You need us to be super communicative. And so what we have is we have a Slack channel with our customers. We send them pictures of things coming into the door so you really can touch and feel your stuff. We have 24/7 recording, 32 cameras recording 8K all day and all night. So if you ever like, hey, what actually was sent to this customer, we can just roll the tape. We've done that. We actually do that every day.
You can follow who packed what,
yes,
the pick and pack.
exactly. You can walk through the entire building, each order, because of every single thing is. So we're doing the whole thing scan-based, and we have a timestamp with every single scan. So we pick it, you can watch the person pick it from the shelf, you can watch them put it into a box, you can watch it go out the door, and you can watch it come right back. When the customer sends it back, you can see the condition it is when it comes back. And we will send you that video if you ever need to. And I can't tell you how many times it saved our brand owners. Like, customers will really put you through hell. There'll be chargebacks and they'll be like, didn't get this, but you're like, no, the tracking is here.
Roll tape.
Yeah. Roll tape.
Wait, I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
So how do you vet that company that says they're turning over so much merchandise and inventory, and then they get to your space and their product's not moving?
Yeah.
How do you vet those people? Because I'm sure you don't say no to people coming in with pallets, but what do you do in that case?
Au contraire, we do say no to people coming in with pallets. Actually,
okay, good.
We want a 3PL who's very. Well, the whole thing is, if you have a 3PL that says yes to everybody under the sun, that doesn't really know what they're good at and what they're not good at. If you have a 3PL that lacks that self-knowledge, you're going to be in for a rough time. Like, you actually want someone who knows themselves and knows, yes, if this is what you need from us, we're going to be awesome for that. But if this other thing is what you need, we're not going to be great for that. And I'll be upfront. And we are organized as a direct consumer shipping warehouse, right? And so if you have, 1,000 orders a month, let's say 10 or 100 pallets inventory, we're your shop. But if you have more B2B stuff where you're doing more pallet in, pallet out, that requires a lot more space and a lot less tech. And so you don't need someone as fancy as us. You can go to really more of a cave storage provider. It'll be way cheaper, and I will tell you that. Like, we will look at the numbers up front. I will do a rate card with you where we'll type in, your number of pallets that you got, your number of orders, and it'll tell you right there, are we a fit or not? Like, I really believe in that radical transparency. And then, I turned a customer away yesterday. He was recommended to us, super, excited to start. And I said, look, you're looking for B2B distribution. We can do that, but that you can get a lot cheaper than us from that.
I love that. Yeah, I love your honesty and transparency. And you know what, that's, as I said before, that's what I know certainly my clients need. That the world needs you. The world needs Fetch. And
there's so little transparency in this market, it drives me crazy. Like,
I know there is.
There really is. And I believe that there are so many landmines in this road from to your first order shipped, that the last thing you need is just bogus numbers and lies from someone who's supposed to be one of your closest partners. Like, you need to be able to trust that person. You need to know that if a customer calls you in the middle of the night, we're going to be here for you. Like, we've had our GM out there at 11 o'clock, and I don't like to set this as an expectation out there, but 11 o'clock at night in the pouring rain, loading pallets, like, he's the only guy there in the parking lot except for the truck driver. That truck driver doesn't care about your stuff. He's just sitting there waiting for this, because he's not going to go out in the rain. But our general manager's out there getting your stuff onto that truck to get it to that door that needs to have it for that QVC promotion that's going live. Like, if it has to be done, we're gonna really pull all the stops for each brand, because we know that your success is our success. Like, you have to make money. You have to make money. If you don't make money, we don't make money. Exactly.
And we're all out of business, and we don't want that. Well, on that note, you have been amazing, fantastic. I want everybody out here listening, knowing that they can go to you, they can trust Fetch. The job is going to get done. It's going to get shipped, fulfilled properly. So let Nish, please give a shout out to your social media. Where can they find you? Web address, phone number?
Absolutely. So you can find us at gofetchfulfillment.com. We're located in Lakewood, New Jersey. We do have a LinkedIn page, and I haven't, I'm actually not good at social media, so I don't have any other things going yet, but you can find us at gofetchfulfillment.com.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, you have been amazing, and we're going to get you back on real soon. But for now, thank you so much for being here and sharing your information. Everybody needs it.
Yeah. It's
All
a
right.
pleasure and an honor.
Thank you. Until next time, you have an amazing, amazing day.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.